Hey folks, this is Vagrant. Welcome back to Dragon Age Origins. In the last video we came to the alienage and we took down the slaver trade, and now we've come to the orphanage to take down the blood mage trade, I suppose, or whatever it is. We don't actually know quite what's going on, but we're about to find out when we open this door. So we've got Otto with us, the blind Templar. Wynn is rocking her clothing, and let's move on. Tormented woman. Oh, of course it wasn't a blood thing. We came in here and there was a little ghosty boy, as they're well known, and we don't really know what else is happening.
I can't die. I will never die. I can't die. I will never die.
So you can get off like that.
I think you're already dead, love. I don't know what to tell you, but I don't think you're alive already. Oh, hello. Ah.
Let's see some blood.
Let's see some blood. You might be waiting a while, given the situation. You okay? I'm the only one who took any damage. Just for a brief second as they die, the effect fades and you can see their sort of normal body. Okay, this is weird. I mean, Jesus. This guy's been skinned alive. Or skinned dead. He's been skinned in some form. It's interesting. It's like, maybe these are the spirits of the people who've been killed. So, Alistair. They're the spirits of the people who've been killed in here. But why have they been killed?
Now's better than later.
Guess we'll find out.
This is the center of it.
Mortal, you do not belong here!
Blessed be the Maker and his prophet Andraste.
Your pathetic maker is nothing compared to my glory!
I command you, show yourself, demon. Hide in the shadows no more.
Is it a mouse?
You dare to command me? Let us see if your precious maker can protect you now, worm!
Okay. You weren't very strong, were you, buddy? I don't know what to tell you. That was very, very unimpressive. He's still smack talking me when he's dead.
We won.
Where's the next one?
At one time I considered myself quite the warrior, but you accomplished here what I never could. But something still isn't right. I feel there is more to this. Nearby, the building next to us. I can feel it. Just on the other side of this wall. Let us go.
Alright, well, let me loot first, buddy. You know, think about these things.
All right,
But then, sure, you know, I mean, it would be weird if the big bad for this questline was a demon. Called Demon. Rather than, you know, something with a name and an explanation as to what the heck is going on here. On we go. Now, Or I was about to say.
Leave the children.
Oh god, this is a lot.
No.
Well, bad things have been happening here.
Now's better than later.
I was about to say, I've just woken up, so I need to sneeze. You know what I'm like? I'm really blaming my pillow for the situation. Oh, biggie. Oh, I was meant to check for soft caps. Completely forgot. Right, let's find out. Dragon Age Origins stat soft caps. They'll be fine without. Oh, I'll just click this guy.
I shall not be defeated.
Oh. It might be like 80. I think we might be okay. I think people get a much higher level than I do. I don't know how. I should have taken that Codex experience buff, I'll say that much.
Trusty, I don't want to go yet. Please.
I can't hack kids dying, being scared. There's a particular quest on, if you saw my Assassin's Creed Valhalla playthrough, I wasn't particularly impressed with Assassin's Creed Valhalla. The main story, or the gameplay, or most of the quests. However, as per usual, with that kind of big open world game, which this isn't, Dragon Age,
Got it.
the best quests are always like the little side quests you find. And I remember there being a quest where you find like this abandoned little building and this kid on their own, and you read like a note and it turns out their parents had left or something and died in the war. And this kid just wants their parents back, just wants their mummy back. I really need to pay attention. I'm trying to read about stat caps. From how I'm interpreting it, there aren't any stat caps. Someone said, oh yeah, what's the soft cap? And someone's gone, I think the term you're looking for is diminishing returns. Actually, no, the term they're looking for is soft cap.
Let's see what you're made of.
Okay. There's no indication anywhere. I should focus, sorry. I was really curious. You remember, I can't remember when we talked about it.
That's a lot of blood.
It is a lot of blood, but not because of why you're saying. I wanted to know if there was a point where certain stats became less useful. As in, does Vigor fall... Not Vigor, I've been thinking of Dark Souls. Elden Ring. Does Cunning fall off past 40, for example? Or something like that, you know, 40 is quite high. Is it worth putting points into other things? And it doesn't seem to be the case. So...
Leave me alone.
we can continue to level with pure abandon. A lot of XP here. These are... I said it and then the one died and I was like, oh, okay, no mind. This is rubbish. But we're getting there, we're nearly leveled up. We're going to keep ramping up the Constitution a bit for Wynne and Morrigan. I just want to make... I think at this point it is more important that they tank up rather than they have a bit more willpower.
You are safe.
Though the Golden City has fallen, I have seen your face and your light. I am you.
Save your pedantic chant for your sermons, Templar. You have killed my brood.
The Maker compels you. Show yourself.
The Maker. There is no Maker. There is no Golden City. But there are demons. Yes.
I hear not your blasphemy. By Andraste and all the divine after her, I order you to face me.
You delusional fool.
He's just demon again. Yeah.
Now's better than
Is
later.
it the same demon? Did we not kill him last night? I didn't get any loot last time, so that didn't make me think maybe we actually killed the demon.
We have done it again. I feel the darkness receding. I've seen the work of demon before. Some Maleficarum consort with them. But the Maker must have guided...
And now, you die!
Otto! He was a good lad. Is it still called Demon? It's still called Demon. Should throw out Assassin.
You have no hope,
No mercy.
Master.
My strength is failing.
Okay, let's get some group heals. Everyone's healing, but no one's group healing. And considering the situation, thank you. Otto, no! Kill the demon at the heart of the Elven Orphanage, not before it kills Sir Otto. The haunting and supernatural unrest are over. I wonder if there's a way to save him. I don't think so. I don't see what else I could have done differently in the situation. Worn amulet. New quest, hearing voices. Found an interesting amulet. Someone's probably missing it in the alien. Okay. Well, we'll go have a little poke around. Otto! It's how he would have wanted to go. I don't think he would have wanted to go, but I think... Well, no, he got murdered by a demon. Why would he want to go? Well, he went chasing a demon, you know? And I think given his blindness, he probably doesn't get much opportunity for this kind of thing. Win? Why are you on fire, Win?
There she is. Now, no crowding. Let the good sir breathe. There are a lot of unfortunates in the alienage, sir. Many veterans, orphans, the diseased, and sad tales of all sorts.
I still don't have my parents.
Yes, sir. And poor Oli still doesn't have his parents. Anything you can spare would be appreciated.
50 silver.
Oh, huzzah! Huzzah for the hero of the Denerim!
All of us are eating tonight.
I just want to see where he goes. I feel like at some point... See, beggar, inverted commas on that one. They've not done it on all of them. They've done it on him. Orphan Ollie. I feel like at some point... we should go Syrian stars while we're here. Something will come of this, you know? And maybe it won't, but it's not costing me a lot of silver to kind of explore the idea. Papa? You're not Papa. Saurus, say Saurus.
Once again, you're the big hero, cousin. Must be nice always winning.
I don't know, why don't you try to be a hero for once, you dick? I'm sorry I rescued my father from the slavers. Next time I'll leave him to die, or I'll sacrifice his blood for a strength gain for myself. How's that for a plan?
Let me get a look at you. Maker, don't they feed you, wardens? You're all skin and bones.
Where's Valendrian?
Gone. They took him to the ships a couple of days ago. He's probably halfway to Deventer by now. You did so much good. We can't dwell on the ones you couldn't save.
Aww. Said you had something for me?
I had this put away for... well, for a long time. If I'd been thinking straight at the time, I'd given it to you before you left with Duncan. It belonged to your mother. I think you should have it now. I know you'll do great things. You already do.
It'd be nice if when you click item received, it shows you what you actually received. Fang? Is that what I got given? Is it any good? It's incredible. It's whether it's better. It's a close thought thing. So the stats are the same on all of them. I think it's obviously better than Duncan's Dagger, but Duncan's Dagger has bonus damage against dragons. So I want to keep Duncan's Dagger. The question is whether it's better than the Crow Dagger. And 5% melee crit chance. It's 5% crit. It's 5% backstab damage versus 3 cunning, which is a lot. What's 5% worth? About 2 damage. Yeah, it's gotta be better. We'll be swapping over to Fang. Fang is a beast. Fang is an absolute beast. That's very, very powerful. Okay. So who do we think wants this? So we just there's nothing on the map. So I guess whoever it is inside of buildings. Let's just check all the buildings. Although Valendrian's not here anymore. But we'll have a little poke inside anyway. Valendrian! It's so sad. It's something that Dragon Age does a lot, like you'll win, but you won't really win. You know, every win comes with a little bit of pain. Oh, we took down the demons in the orphanage, and Otto is dead. Oh, we stopped the slavers and we rescued our father, but the village elder and the lovely man who married us is dead. Oh, I can't think of any other examples off the top of my head, but it's never here nor there. Who?
Cousin, you're amazing. Which I shouldn't say to your face because it'll go to your head, but it's true. Are you sticking around for a while? You're staying for dinner, aren't you? You'd better. I'll weasel a bottle of wine from Alarth and we can catch up.
Get 2 bottles.
I'll hold you to that, cousin.
Who wants this thing? Someone in the alienage. But there's nowhere else to go building-wise, so they're making me do a horrible thing, which is figure it out for myself. Which, quite frankly, is unacceptable. Oh, hello. I was taking Josh's grace when we see it. That cat needs to be quiet. I mean, there isn't even anyone here. The place is empty. I guess I could go talk to the shopkeep. I didn't actually do that. Yeah, there really isn't anyone about.
Oh, bless you.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Bless you.
The apartments was part of that quest before, right? There's no one actually in the apartments. So if they're not in the store, God knows where they are, frankly.
Can I ladder so
So you can get off my back.
I heard about what you did to those humans packing. You'd think I'd stop being surprised by the things you can do eventually.
Well, let's sell some stuff.
Of course. Just
Tend to... I mean, none of this is any good, is it, really? I'm just assuming it's not, but I don't think it is. Okay, and everything except for Fang. I think. It's too late now, I've committed. Oh, look at the bow as well. It's funny, I was poor for so long, and now I suddenly am really rich, and I don't really have anything to buy in a weird way. Like, I feel like there's nothing I particularly want. There's nothing that's, like, jumping out of me, like, oh, this is something I need, you know? And I suspect we're not going to find any more merchants. So... I have no idea where this person would be, honestly. The question is, how much do I care? The answer is not very much. Right, we are going to go... Well, there's a few things I need to do. Well, no, let's finish the LANDSMEET first, and then we'll do other things. Right, so, with this bit done, what are we doing in Denerim? Find the missing elves. Oh, right, that's... We need to go... show the evidence. You know what, let's just bloody Google this, because I'm not going to find them anyway, and I'm just going to leave it otherwise. So, DAO, hearing voices. Okay, not dab. What the hell's dab? Why would I want to dab? It's dab, not dab. Dabbing kind of died, didn't it? No one really dabs anymore. Bear with me, folks. End of the orphanage entrance. What can we find? East of the orphanage entrance. Orphanage. Oh, no. Oh, wait, no, I got the amulet. We got it for someone? It's just like a tiny little quest. East of the orphanage. So.
The bad men. They are quiet. They call for blood no more.
I found an orphanage for you.
It's my grandmother's. You found it, sir. May I have it?
Yeah, of course.
I feel like a mist is leaving. Oh, thank you, sir. I have to live my life.
See you later. Wasn't a big thing, but we may as well clear it out. Right, so is there anything else I need to do? We need to go back to the market district for this, because we found the sextant. I still don't know what this is. Where Vilm... You know what, let's do Unbound as well. Let's find where Vilm Madon is. D-A-O Unbound. I wrote DAP again. How do I keep writing DAP? What's wrong with my fingers? Get the letter. Dirty back alley, apparently. Bit rude, but hey ho. Alright, goodbye alienage. You were a fine home for me. Well, not really. I mean, it's a bit of a hovel, but in a nice way. You know, everyone loves a dive bar. This thing, you love a dive bar, you don't necessarily want to live in the dive bar. So, you do feel for them a little bit. And the fact that they've been shunned off to the side of the city. Egregious racism. Unacceptable. Let's nip to the back alley. Dirty back alley. Seems like this is where I'm meant to go. And then back to the main town. Sort a couple of things. Aha! You see this little building here? The quaint hovel. Hello, quaint hovel. Notes acquired from dead or terrified adventurers have directed you to this unassuming door. The house is marked with the initials VM. No answer. Clearly a light inside. Hello? I'd like to speak with Willem Madon. There's no response. I'm here to discuss the stories of Gaxkang. I'm not leaving. As for a pause, the door unlocks.
Grey Warden, isn't it? Strange you would force such a visit in a time of blight. I suppose I am used to inspiring a different kind of seeker.
Your stories attract them and they disappear.
The adequate ones find the beacons, and then I find them. But you are already brighter than the signal at Ishal. Eyes are on you from a very high vantage, Grey Warden. I cannot hide in your wake, but I will not be a footnote. Witness Gaxkang.
Oh, okay. He's trying to kill me. Oh, Gaxkang. Spooky. No misdirection hexes. Bad. Did not work? Sure didn't. Okay, Morrigan, you're gonna throw out a death hex, and I'm gonna throw out a mark of death.
Time to die. Got it.
Tell you what, he's a toughie. Really is.
I shall die.
Get a double group heal up here.
Save your dignity, fool.
Barely done any damage. Now, in theory, he'll run out of mana eventually. In theory, because Alice is hitting him, and also he's casting spells. Yeah, I think he might have just done so. He's down on the ground.
All right.
Hitting Morrigan for some reason.
Only desperation. It's your time to die.
He's an absolute monster. But hopefully he stopped healing at the very least. Oh no, he's hitting me.
Must it always be no shit?
I shouldn't have done that really.
I rip you apart. Now we get our hands.
Okay, let's get some mana on you. Not much. Just a little top up on both of you.
Dirty. Blast.
Morrigan, could you throw out another death hex, please?
Is it time to kill something?
Morrigan. Thank you.
Already. Oh, this should be good. Breaking a sweat already. Ha. Now we're going to battle.
He seems to have given up slightly. Oh no, he's doing a thing.
It's a good day to die. You're gonna regret.
Can't hit him. Am I misdirection hexed? Or of weakness? No,
On
it's
your
not relevant.
guard, Rick. All right.
He's a monster. He's an absolute monster.
Let's see some blood.
This might be the hardest single enemy I've ever fought, unironically.
Desperate you are.
I need to get rid of this misdirection.
Right.
Oh yeah.
So you can get off my back.
I mean, it's like, if there was any other enemies, we'd be screwed. We're okay in this situation. My god. What a monster. Gaxkang the Unbound.
Got it.
Keening Blade. That looks pretty sweet. Chainmail, and then rubbish. Fade Wall. That could be good as well. 20% the healing effects received is pretty great, actually. For Alistair. So we'll take a look at that in a sec.
I'll get on it.
Elementalist Grasp. 5% cold damage. And 10 gold. Hello, beautiful. Maybe for Morrigan? No. Never mind. And it won't be a full win either, will it? Oh, no, it is for win. I'd rather her have split damage rather than 20% fire damage, which is nigh on pointless for her. Fade Wall. Okay, so same top stats. I'd lose 9 defense. 25 stamina and some stamina regen. That might be better. Does it look cooler? Shields in this game look stupid. They really do. Lose. It's defense versus 20% to healing effects. I've already got some, don't I? That do that. That's 20% already. 15. So I'm on 35. I'm on 45% already. We could get it to 65. That actually makes me less tempted to do it because going from 100 to 100, like at the moment you see 100%, right? And then you go to 120% with a 20% bonus. I believe it's additive, not multiplicative. So if you've got 120% and then you add another 20%, you don't add 24%, you add 20%. So you go up to 140 rather than 144. You see what I mean? So the first 20% is much more impactful than the third 20%. Going from 100 to 120 means more than going from 140 to 160. Because the percentage increase off the amount you have is actually smaller. You know, 100 to 120 is a 20% increase. But 140 to 160 is a... Well, the maths doesn't quite work out. Like a 13... No, 16, 14... About a 14% increase. 14, 21, 28... Yeah, about 14.3% increase. So, it's yeah. And I need a fire resistance. But then stamina, 25 stamina and +1 stamina regen. Do I care about that? Alistair never really runs out of stamina. So, well, this has minus willpower on it as well. I think I'm going to use it, you know. Yeah, I think I'm going to rock with it. The lack of fire resist is a little bit worse. Oh, I've changed my mind. I actually don't know. This is tough. This is a hard decision, this one. 12 defense is so much. I don't care about the stamina. Yeah, okay, I'm swapping back. that convinced me again at the end. Right, another mission down. What else do we have to do in Denerim? Let's go hand in this thing. And then let's head back and do some big boy important stuff. To the market. Okay. Market to Piggy Wiggy. Hey, little Piggy Wiggy, give me a banana. Breakfast come and I want some fun. Does anyone know that song? It's not Piggy Wiggy usually. It's Hey, Mr... In my head it's Hey, Mr. Taliban, which is absolutely not what it is. But that's how I've remembered it, because I think we had like a mock version as children.
There is but one world, one life.
Hey, Mr. Something, give me a... But I need to Google this as well.
Blessed are the peacekeepers, champions of the just.
Hey, Mister, give me a banana. Is Google gonna know what I'm talking about? Oh, it's the banana boat song? Deo. A Jamaican folk song, apparently. Can I get lyrics? Well, bear with me, this is important stuff. I feel like I've Googled too many things today, but this is important. Deo, Deo. Come, Mr. Tallyman, tally me banana. Daylight come and me wanna go home. But I did not mean to do an accent there. It was written like that. There was a version on TV when I was a kid. Oh, who is it who wants a sextant? Oh, I just did it, didn't I? Right, well, I think we kind of did everything we wanted to do, which is surprising. So, Who do we talk to about this? Let's go talk to... It'll be someone at the estate, I assume. So let's go chat to them. There was a version... I'm not just crazy about Breakfast Comes and I Want Some Fun. There was a version of that song that was on TV when I was a kid. And they changed it, you know, for like a breakfast product. Breakfast comes and I want some fun. Fruit of fibre. Oh, I'm gonna play this. Bear with me. I've not heard this in years.
Got to have a bowl of Kellogg's fruits and fiber. Breakfast come and me want some fun. Hey, Mr. Kellogg, man, give me your banana. Breakfast come and me want some fun. Coconut, hazelnut, fruit, nirvana. Breakfast come and me got some fun.
That... I don't know why I remember that advert from literally 23 years ago. I don't remember it perfectly clearly, but you can see he says Taliban or something like that. It might have it became Taliban. That was such a... You don't really get adverts like that anymore. That's become less of a thing with time. There's another one I remember for... what was it? It's a Sunflora advert. So the only reason I know... There's a few adverts I know, like, deeply, you know, because we used to watch VHS tapes of The Simpsons. We'd recorded The Simpsons on VHS, and we'd rewatch the same VHS tapes over and over again, and they obviously had the same adverts recorded. See, this is the world I used to live in, folks. Music, you have no idea how amazing it is to have readily available music. I used to sit by the radio with a tape recorder so I could tape the songs off the radio. I'm aging myself horribly with this conversation. But that's what we had to do in the 90s. You didn't have an alternative to easily accessible music, so that's how I pirated music back in the 90s. Was yeah. Hey Nora.
You return. Is there something you wish to discuss? Ask me whatever you like.
I don't have questions.
Do you want me to try my luck at fortune telling?
Yes.
There was an old woman who read palms in the village of Warren when I was a child. She told me that I would have 10 children and be bald as a winter heath when I grew up. I can't say I put much faith in foretelling. What will happen depends much on you, Warden. But you certainly knew that already.
I just wanted to have a chat, man.
Then I wish you luck, Warden.
It's really annoying me that I can't... There's a Maybelline advert. Do 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 do. It's the... No, that's the song. Cheer up. It's not a butter advert. It's like a garden advert, and it's a sunflower singing it. Cheer up, something makes it lush and green. It's the easy peasy way to get the lawn of your dreams. Again, it was on The Simpsons VHS, and the VHS was specifically 2 episodes I remember, which was oh hey Riordan, I'll talk to you in a sec. The Itchy and Scratchy Land episode, and the episode where they go in, Mr. Burns and Homer get trapped in the shack in the mountain.
I'm glad you made it safely away. I hear Howe's death has already brought no small amount of cheer to the city.
You're not meant to celebrate death, but you know, he's a dick.
I wondered what Howe did with them. Yes, these are my records. Names of the dead that I recognized at Ostergar. What was left of Duncan's recruitment records. Some encrypted copies of the joining ritual that I retrieved from our Denerim vault. Those, at least, ought to have stayed private.
Vault?
It's located just off the Market District in the northern alley past the Nord Noble Tavern. I'll sketch out the code which will let you pass the lock wheel. Inside you can take your pick of whatever equipment remains. It is the stockpile the Wardens have kept for centuries for the defense of Denerim.
Huh. What are your plans now?
When I'm well enough, I'm going to continue my journey toward Ostergar. Hopefully I'll be able to trace the heart of the blight and where the Archdemon itself abides. If we want to defeat this Archdemon, we need to know where it is and how soon it might strike.
Sorry, bear with me.
The ultimate AI voiceover. Yep, like me. Go to artlist.io.
If there were more of us, I would agree. But as it is, I don't think we can deprive all the armies you've gathered of a commander.
Where's the vault again?
It's located just off the
Market District, Northern Alley, past the Nord Noble Tavern. Okay.
Inside you can take your pick of what a good...
Okay, wait. Sorry, last time I promise.
Simply shake the sound and in a week.
Whatever makes it Russian. It's the easy way to get the one of your dreams. That's just it's just very nostalgic for me. I've got no idea how horrible that sounded on your end. I do apologize if that was an absolute nightmare. But you have to experience my childhood. And that advert is a fundamental... No, there was a butter advert as well. New best tasting Vitalite. It's margarine. New best tasting Vitalite. That was the one with the sunflower. This didn't have a sunflower. This had a singing frog.
Yes.
Yes.
Adverts back then were much more consistent. They all had an animal or some form of mascot, and they all had like a parody song. That's, you know what? I've been thinking about it. I quite like writing stupid parody songs, right? It's something I do relatively often. Although I haven't done it much in this series. Maybe that's why. Maybe that is part of the reason I'm into it, is because these adverts that I saw so many times as a child. Where's this thing? Is it in the warehouse? You said it's past, in the alley past the Nord Tavern, but that's where we are. I'm too busy googling the advert. These rocks are very badly placed. They're floating. Unacceptable. Maybe I need to go into... I'm going to go into the warehouse. I can't remember if we've been into the warehouse. New best tasting Vitalite. Ah.
Now's better than later.
Ah. Okay, what have we got? Duncan's shield. Oh, it's a gift. Boo. Axe of the High Constable's mace. Damage versus Darkspawn. That's tier 6 though. Also tier 6. Tier 6 is pointless. We're looking for tier 7, please, game. Bad. 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 It's not a big deal. It's free loot. Like, it's gold, but it's not very good. None of it's any good, really. It's all a bit rubbish.
Now's better than later.
Griffin's helm. 15% electricity. That is very specific. I guess this is it. Oh well. I mean, I guess what you could do in theory is carry around an armor set for different resistances, or you probably would... I don't know in what world you would want an armor set with a helmet with 15% electricity. I don't see that world where a helmet with 15% electricity resistance is any good for anyone. Just doesn't seem useful.
Welcome back.
Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm not. I don't think we want Axe of the Grey. I don't think it's any good for any of my characters. Gotta keep Fang though. Keening Blade. That might be okay. Keep Fang though. Fang's sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Do you sell... No, nobody sells. I need more runes, man. I need more enchantment things. Alistair has none. My character at least is relatively well stocked. Alistair has 0. Well, he's got 1, I think. We'll swap all these to Fang at some point down the line. Probably not until after the LANDSMEET at this point. Which I believe... Yeah, so who do I... Well, let's go talk to Arl Eamon about it. I don't know who else I would talk to about it at this point, so... Let's go check it out. New best tasting... Even tastier than it was before. Wait, there it is. Even tastier than it was before, with butter, milk, and a taste to adore. New best tasting Vitalite. Those 3 adverts, rent-free. Absolutely rent-free. I haven't heard them in about 20 years, and yet, here we are.
Ah, there you are. I was about to send out a search party.
Rude.
I've been hearing of a great commotion in the alienage. What exactly happened there?
Loghain, I have proof Loghain was involved in slave trading.
Make her forgive me. I should be appalled that such a thing could exist here. But I'm overjoyed you can implicate Loghain. We must end the civil war quickly. What the blight does not corrupt in this land, politics surely will. The last of our allies have arrived in the city. We cannot delay any longer. I will call for the LANDSMEET to convene. Bring Alistair and join me at the palace as soon as you are ready, Warden.
Okay. I leveled. It's interesting, I never level my constitution. I just want to hit like a truck. I'm just ramping up the cunning and nothing else now. Exploit weakness, very cool. During a successful backstab attack, the assassin gains additional damage based on cunning. Oh boy. I cannot wait to see how much damage that we end up doing. So we're hitting, I've got a rough feeling for how much we were hitting, so I need to find something to stab. I'm very, very curious about this. But at least we've got 2 cunning-based damage modifiers.
I'll get on it.
Indeed. Yes.
Oh, you have to take Alistair. Well, that makes sense. Even tastier than it was before. Butter, milk, and a taste to adore. Those are the 2 big ones. The fruit and fiber one was less of a thing. I just remember the tune in my head. And the Mr. Taliban, give me a banana. I can't hear it any differently. I just want to tank Alistair up at this point. Disengage? No, that's pointless. That's fine. I don't want dual weapon archery. Weapon shield, do we want any of these? I don't really like using the activated ones, honestly. How much dex has he got? I don't really want to level up his dex twice either. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Do 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 do. Anyways, to the royal palace, the seat of Ferelden's rulers, and the location of the LANDSMEET. Wish me luck, folks. This is a big moment. Can we get the result we want? Can we put Honora on the throne? Keep Alistair with us happy, etc, etc. I'm going to save it. I'm nervous. No matter how this goes, I'm not going to redo it, but I am nervous.
My lords and ladies of the LANDSMEET, Tyrn Loghain would have us give up our freedoms, our traditions, out of fear. He placed us on this path, yet we should place our destiny in his hands? Must we sacrifice everything good about our nation to save it?
Woo!
A fine performance, Aemon. But no one here is taken in by it.
Golf clapped.
You would attempt to put a puppet on the throne, and every soul here knows it. The better question is who will pull the strings.
Ah! Here we have the puppeteer. Tell us, Warden, how will the Orlesians take our nation from us? Will they deign to send their troops, or simply issue their commands through this would-be prince? How much Ferelden blood does Orlesian gold buy these days?
He's really got an obsession with Orlais. They haven't been a factor at all. They just aren't in the story. The blight is the threat here, not Orlais, you dummy.
There are enough refugees in Mybanor now to make that abundantly clear.
The south is fallen, Loghain. Will you let Darkspawn take the whole country for fear of Orlais?
The blight is indeed real, Wolf. But do we need Grey Wardens to fight it? They claim that they alone can end the blight, yet they failed spectacularly against the Darkspawn at Ostagar. And they asked to bring with them 4 legions of Chevaliers. And once we open our borders to the Chevaliers, and we really expect them to simply return from whence they came?
You sold Ferelden citizens into slavery to fund your war. Oh, I want to click all these. You allowed Rendon how to imprison and torture innocents. This one.
What's this? There is no slavery in Ferelden. Explain yourself.
There is no saving the alienage. Damage from the riots has yet to be repaired. There are bodies still rotting in their homes. It is not a place I would send my worst enemy. There is no chance of holding it if the blight comes here. Despite what you may think, Warden, I have done my duty. Whatever my regrets may be for the elves, I have done what was needed for the good of Ferelden.
Sending an apostate to poison Aemon, your duty as well. Do I have any evidence of that? Did you let How torture citizens for the good of Ferelden?
How took my only son. The things done to him, some are beyond any healer's skill.
How was a grown man responsible for his own actions. He will answer to the Maker for his crimes, as must we all. But enough of this. I have a question for you, Warden. What have you done with my daughter?
What are you talking about?
You took my daughter, our queen, by force, killing her guards in the process. What arts have you employed to keep her? Does she even still live?
I believe I can speak for myself.
Very well timed, very dramatic,
Lords
Honora.
and ladies of Ferelden, hear me. My father is no longer the man you know. This man is not the hero of Riverdane. This man turned his troops aside and refused to protect your king as he fought bravely against the Darkspawn. This man seized Kaelin's throne before his body was cold and locked me away so I could not reveal his treachery. I would have already been killed, if not for this Grey Warden.
The Queen speaks the truth. You can tell there's a slight problem in that. I'm sure if they did this now that it would be more dramatic, but there's about 10 people in there, like 10 citizens in the room, and like this is for the entire town and everyone's voting and everything, so it feels like it should be jam-packed, so it should have tons of people, but it just, the technology just wasn't there, you know? This is probably already maxing out how many people can fit in the room.
So, the Warden's influence has poisoned even your mind, Honora.
Does he believe this?
To protect you from this.
It's hard to tell. I think so.
My lords and ladies! Our land has been threatened before. It's been invaded and lost and won times beyond counting. We Fereldans have proven that we will never truly be conquered so long as we are united. We must not let ourselves be divided now. Stand with me, and we shall defeat even the blight itself.
Southreach stands with the Grey Wardens.
Yay.
Waking Sea stands with the Grey Warden.
Yay.
Dragon's Peak supports the Warden.
Yay.
The Western Hills throw their lot in with the Wardens.
Yay.
Make her help us.
I stand by Loghain. We've no hope of victory otherwise.
I stand with the Warden. The blight is coming. We need the Grey Wardens.
Huzzah! Ha, you lose. The LANDSMEET is against you, Loghain. Step down gracefully.
Traitors! Which of you stood against the Orlesian Emperor when his troops flattened your fields and raped your wives? You fought with us once, Eamon. You cared about this land once. Before you got too old and fat and content to even see what you risk. None of you deserve a say in what happens here. None of you have spilled blood for this land the way I have. How dare you judge me?
Call off your men and we'll settle this honorably.
Then, let us end this. I suppose we both knew it would come to this. When we first met at Ostagar, I would never have thought so, but Ostagar Seems like it happened in another lifetime to someone else. A man is made by the quality of his enemies. Marek told me that once. I wonder if it's more a compliment to you or me. Enough! Let the LANDSMEET declare the terms of the duel.
It shall be fought according to tradition. A test of arms, in single combat until one party yields. And we, who are assembled, will abide by the outcome.
Will you face me yourself, or have you a champion?
I'll do it myself.
It is you or me the men will follow. So, let us fight for it. Prepare yourself.
Hope the game saves. Whoa. Whoa, game. Volume, please. This might be hard for me, actually. I'm gonna throw in a poison. Right, can I first of all just point out that it's nonsense, the whole situation, because we won the LANDSMEET. We got 4 out of 5 votes, which I believe is the maximum you can get, by the way, unless you do that deal with the Blood Mage person. And even then, I don't know if that's a thing, but 4 out of 5 is, I think, the best you can get, because I think one person always votes for you, and one person always votes for Loghain, and that's the bold lad. So we did perfectly. Everything's gone well so far. And then Loghain just says, no, let's just have a fight instead. Never mind the votes to the LANDSMEET. Let's just have a little tussle and we'll see who wins and they can take the throne. That's not the deal. I'm going to throw in some death extracts.
It's over for you!
I'll get on it.
Oh no, I just turned off momentum by accident. I misclicked. I misclicked.
Yes!
I'll get on it.
The tainted blade.
Wonderful.
My damage has gone up so much. What the heck? It's gone up by about 15, 20, if not a bit more. I need to heal again. What's this doing to me? I should check. Yeah, let's turn that off.
Strike me if you dare.
I underestimated you, Warden. I thought you were like Kalen, a child wanting to play at war. I was wrong. There's a strength in you that I have not seen anywhere since Marek died. I yield.
There are legitimate reasons to pick both here. Anora is... Right, I'm trying to put Anora on the throne, right? Anora is not going to like it if I kill her dad. Understandable. On the other hand, he is indirectly responsible for the death of the king, and he has caused me nothing but havoc and pain and trauma from the entire bloody thing. I think we're in a similar situation to, you know, when we were debating whether to spare the Blood Mage a couple episodes ago, and I was like, well, we've been through so much to get here, and now they're kind of... As soon as they're not fighting me back, I really struggle to pull the trigger. But I think Loghain probably has to die for what he's done. As my character says, you know, he's done terrible, terrible things, and it might be for various reasons, or maybe... In a way, I think he is trying to do the right thing, but I think he's so misguided, and he's caused so much pain. I don't want... If there's an option to, like, throw him in jail forever, that's what I would go for, but I feel like that's not really given to me here, so...
Wait, there is another option. The Teyrn is a warrior and general of renown. Let him be of use. Let him go through the joining.
Make him warden.
There are 3 of us in all of Ferelden, and there are compelling reasons to have as many wardens on hand as possible to deal with the Archdemon.
The joining itself is often fatal, is it not? If he survives, you gain a general. If not, you have your revenge. Doesn't that satisfy you?
Absolutely not. Riordan, this man abandoned our brothers and then blamed us for the deed. He hunted us down like animals. He tortured you. How can we simply forget that?
I think Alistair's right. And also he'll be really annoyed with me if I if I disagree.
You can't do this. My father may have been wrong, but he is still a hero to the people.
Honora. Harsh. It's over.
Stop treating me like a child. This is serious.
Daughters never grow up, Honora. They remain 6 years old with pigtails and skinned knees forever.
Father.
Just make it quick, Warden. I can face the Maker knowing that Ferelden is in your hands.
Okay, maybe not the best way to do it.
So it is decided. Alistair will take his father's throne.
Wait, what? No. When did this get decided? Nobody's decided that. Have they?
He refuses the throne. Everyone here has heard him. I think it's clear then. He abdicates in favor of me.
I hardly think you're the appropriate person to mediate this, Honora. Warden, will you help us?
They're both annoying because Nora's power grabbing and he doesn't want it at all. They're both useless. I want to speak to Nora. I need to see where her head's at post father death.
Certainly.
Sure it's what you want?
I have never had the smallest doubt.
Alright.
As the arbiter of this dispute, what is your decision? Who will lead Ferelden?
Queen Honora. Alistair will be king and I'll rule beside him. Is that a thing? I don't want to do that.
Thank you, Warden. You were wise not to disrupt Ferelden's governance any further in a time of such crisis. My first act as queen must be to insist on receiving Alistair's oath before all the LANDSMEET, to relinquish all claim to the throne for himself and his heirs.
Oh, I never wanted it. I mean, yes, of course. Happily, in fact.
And now, lords and ladies of Ferelden, there is still a blight to defeat and armies to gather, and I appoint this woman to lead us in both. We will not allow this land be further threatened by the Archdemon. Gather your forces and await the Warden's command. On the morrow, we shall begin our struggle against the greatest threat Ferelden has ever faced. And we shall triumph over it, for we are Ferelden.
She's not a great orator. She talks too fast. She has the same problem as I do. she talks too quickly to let the words have their impact.
So it's done. My father is dead. I never thought he would go so far. I never thought it would end like it did. Such a waste.
A lot to be done still.
That is true. Arl Eamon has left for Redcliffe, and tells me that our armies have almost fully gathered there. I will be heading there myself. Bring your companions, and join us at Redcliffe Castle as soon as you are able. You have united Ferelden, Warden. Now we face the blight.
Okay. New quest, The Final Battle. Head to Redcliffe to prepare your army. Okay, wow. We are at the end of the game. We've also leveled up yet again, which is kind of wild. More cutting! Oh, no, it wasn't that. Did I get a talent for some reason? Yeah. I'll take Lacerate. Whenever a backstab deals enough damage, the assassin's foe is riddled with bleeding wounds that inflict... We're gonna wreck shit. Let me tell you. We're gonna destroy them. Now, we're not going straight to the final battle. There are things I want to do in the meantime. We are going to go do Shale's quest, because I kind of felt bad dismissing it so easily. And we've kind of got... This is our last chance to do, you know, a couple tidying up sort of things. I want to talk to Leliana specifically, though. Leliana.
This is a nice change from having to sleep in the woods, isn't it? I'm here for you.
Love ya. What do you know for me to talk?
Of course.
What was life? I think so. Basically, I think we need to chat to people to try to get their personal quest, inverted commas. So the reason I'm thinking of Leliana's in particular is because Leliana has a DLC called Leliana's Song. And I think we're going to go do that before the final battle because I don't think it makes sense post-game. So I want to get Leliana's personal quests rocked through before we do that, basically. We're probably a couple hours away from the final battle, if not a bit more.
Quiet. It was a life suited for contemplation. In the cloister, away from the fuss and the flurry of the cities, I found peace. And in that stillness, I could hear the Maker. But it was not perfect. Some of my chantry fellows were condescending. That is the nature of religious folk, I suppose.
Very much is. How so?
When I talked about my beliefs, that the Maker reveals himself in the beauty of his world, they treated me with disdain. They want to believe that he's gone, so that when he turns his gaze on them, it means they are special, chosen. He cannot possibly have love for all, the sick and the weary, the beggars and the fools.
What did you say?
What can I say to them? What they believe is what the chantry says, and the chantry is infallible, yes? Maybe I am wrong. But it is the Maker's place to decide if I am worthy, not men, not the chantry. But there is work to be done, and I have talked enough for now. This is a nice change from having to sleep in the woods, isn't it? I'm here for you.
Talk to me. We need to talk about things, Leliana.
Of course.
What would someone like you be doing in Lothering's? We're just going to go through everything, basically. Do you miss anything about Orlais?
I miss Val-Royeaux. Unlike other cities where the people are the lifeblood and the character, Val-Royeaux was her own person, and her people little more than decorations. There was always music in Val-Royeaux, streaming from the many windows, quiet refrains and triumphant choruses, and always, floating above that all, the chant, coming from the Grand Cathedral. It was magnificent.
Sounds wonderful.
Oh, it would take me a day or two to talk about the many splendors of Orlais, her golden fields, her lush meadows. Of course, there are good things and bad things about Orlais, like anywhere else. Sometimes I miss it dearly, and sometimes I'm glad I'm rid of it. And you will laugh at this, but I miss the fine things I had in Orlais.
What sort of things?
Dresses, fine dresses and furs, and shoes, of course. One can't mingle with nobility with bad shoes, you see. Orlais is very fashionable, almost ridiculously so. But the shoes, living with those ridiculous trends was worth it for the shoes.
What's so special about shoes?
Well, they're shoes. They're pretty. Some of them anyway. When I left Orlais, the fashion was shoes with delicate tapered heels and embellishments in the front. A ribbon, perhaps, or embroidery. In soft colors, of course. It was spring.
Sounds lovely.
I had my eye on a pair my shoemaker was working on. It was covered in pale blue silk, with amber beads on the toe. The shoes made in Orlais were exquisite. Not at all like these clunky, fur-lined leather boots you have in Ferelden. Ugh. Just look at them.
I know, right?
They're sturdy shoes, but sometimes a girl just wants to have pretty feet. Oh, I could talk about shoes all day, but we have things to do, don't we?
You could very clearly talk about shoes. Leliana's a very classic, stereotypical girly girl.
This is
in some ways.
Here for you. Of course.
What would someone like you be doing in Lothering's Chantry? I don't know. I don't like the term "someone like you."
What is meant by someone like me?
There you go. You know, a beautiful, charming woman.
And there were no beautiful, charming women in the cloisters, you think? You would be wrong. There were many lovely young initiates in the Lothering cloister, all of them chaste and virtuous. It added to their mystique, because then they were forbidden, and forbidden fruit is the sweeter, no?
What about your fruit? Is it forbidden?
My fruit? I can't believe I'm having this conversation. But no, I did not take vows. The Chantry provides succor and safe harbor to all who seek it. I chose to stay and become affirmed.
Affirmed.
We affirm our belief in the Maker, in Andraste and the Chant, but other than that, there are no vows taken.
And what did you do before that?
I was a traveling minstrel in Orlais. Tales and songs were my life. I performed, and they rewarded me with applause and coin. And my skill in battle? Well, you pick up different skills when you travel, yes? Yes, of course. Let's move on.
Let's not move on. Let's poke at that thread a little bit.
I'm here for you. Of course.
You were, I heard that in Orlais, minstrels are often spies. I'm wondering if she'll teach us how to be a bard.
Where did you hear this?
Yeah, someone told me this a long time ago.
And you believe everything you hear? Not all minstrels are spies. Most are just singers and storytellers. But some of them are what we call bards.
I thought minstrels were bards.
Many use the two words minstrel and bard interchangeably, but to do so in Orlais would cause misunderstanding. Bards are minstrels and more. Spies, as you say. Some say there is a bard order, but I don't think this is true. Many bards work alone or in small groups, doing the bidding of a patron who pays for their services. If there is an organization behind it all, no one knows who they are.
Sort of patron.
Nobles, mostly. In Orlais, there is much rivalry amongst the highborn. They fight over land, influence, and the favor of the empress. But they cannot do this openly because it is impolite. And in public, they wear smiling faces and pretend to be civil.
How British of them.
They plot and scheme to destroy each other. It is a game completely meaningless to anyone but its players.
It's very Game of Thrones, isn't it? You were a bard, weren't you?
I have revealed too much, it seems. But it doesn't matter what I used to be. It is the past.
Why were you living, like, close to Cistern Rule Ferelden?
I found myself in Ferelden and sheltered from bad weather in the Chantry. And when the storm passed, I just did not want to leave. I like to say the Maker brought me here.
I don't think we're done, Liliana.
I'm here for you.
I'm going to keep you. Can you teach me to be a bard? Here we go.
That's an idea. I've watched you, and I do think you'd find some of my skills quite easy to pick up. Let's just go over there, away from the others. For safety, yes? I expect there shall be daggers flying about willy-nilly for a time.
I love her even more. She said willy-nilly.
This is a nice... I'm here for you. Of course.
Traveling minstrel, do you have tales to share?
Of course I do. I love stories far too much to keep them to myself. Everyone should be able to benefit from them, I think.
I didn't think this was going to take so long, by the way. I thought we'd just hop on, we'd chat a little bit, and she'd give me her mission. I don't know what her mission is, but I know it's contained somewhere in these dialogue options, and we will persist. It's not going to be about the Darkspawn, I can't imagine. Stories from Orlais.
Of course, Orlesians enjoy telling stories. I shall tell you my favorite tale of Aveline, the Knight of Orlais.
Go ahead.
A long time ago, a girl child was born to a farmer. He had hoped for a son, not a daughter, and so he told his wife to abandon the child in the woods. Before the cold could claim her, the baby was found by a tribe of Dalish elves who took pity on the poor mewling thing and raised her as their own. Aveline, for that is what they called her, grew strong and quick and clever under the guidance of the elves. She learned to wield the sword as well as any man, could kill a deer with an arrow at 100 paces, and was as graceful on the back of a horse as she was on foot.
Saw that coming.
Many legends have familiar forms and themes. We enjoy them so because we know them. Aveline's Dalish guardians saw that she could easily best any Orlesian chevalier in battle, and wanted to show the cruel humans the child they had left to die. They bestowed upon her a fine horse and armor, and sent her to prove herself to her people in the grand tourney. Now in those days, no woman was allowed to take up arms. let alone compete in the grand tourney. But Aveline kept her helmet on and was not discovered.
Did she win?
Aveline won many events and gained the approval of the adoring crowd. Eventually, she came face to face with the knight Kaleva in the grand melee. Aveline had already bested him in the joust, and Kaleva was determined not to lose a second time. Out of desperation to regain his honor, Kaleva tripped Aveline and tossed her to the ground, ripping off her helmet as he did so. Silence fell upon the arena as Aveline was revealed. Kaleva declared the previous competitions invalid. A woman had taken part, and this was not allowed. But the crowd cheered for Aveline. Kaleva was furious, for he had lost to a woman and was now being shamed. Blinded by his rage, he forced Aveline to her knees. "Know your place, woman," cried he, and slit her throat.
Terrible.
The son of the king, Prince Freyan, was present. He recognized Aveline's skill and bravery and began to see the injustice done to the women in his land. When he was made king, he rewrote the laws of Orlais so that women could also become chevalier. He honored Aveline and knighted her after her death. And to this day, any female who is knighted reveres Aveline the Brave, for she is the patron of all women chevalier.
Okay, I had a cheeky little Google during that time as to how I get the quest. Apparently, first of all, apparently it's got some bugs, so we may be in trouble. But they also suggested that we go back to basically we talk to her, and she's going to talk about the spies and such, as she did.
Yes.
And then we go back to the camp again, and I'm going to go to the other camp, just in case. And then she'll have something new to say, and that'll get the whole thing started. So we're going to end it here, because obviously this has gone on far too long. I've talked to Leliana for the last, 15 minutes or something. Not really on purpose. So we've done Alice. Have we done Alistair's personal quest? I'm not sure. Oh, yeah, his sister, right? So, was that Alistair's personal quest? It probably was. Actually, we can check, can't we? Completed quests. Companions. Alistair's, Morrigan's, Ogren's. So we've got to do Shale's, we've got to find Wynn's, we've got to do Leliana's. Surprised we haven't done Zevran's. I thought maybe that crow interruption was Zevran's, but it seems we've got to do Zevran's. I'd like to get... I think they're a cool way to get to know our companions a little bit better.
You know,
oh.
About why I left Orlais.
Hello?
I didn't feel like talking about it then. What happened to me. Maybe it will affect us. Maybe not, but you should know. I came to Ferelden and the Chantry because I was being hunted in Orlais.
Leliana, I love you, but do you know how long this video's been already? Hunted? What for?
I was framed. Betrayed by someone I thought I knew and could trust. Marjolaine. She was my mentor and friend. She taught me the bardic arts, how to enchant with words and song, to carry myself like a highborn lady, to blend in as a servant. The skills I learned, I used to serve her, my bard master, because I loved her, and because I enjoyed what I did.
How did she betray you?
You can say it was my fault. There was a man I was sent to kill. I was to bring Marjolaine everything he carried. I don't know who this man was. She gave me a name and a description, and I hunted him down. I found documents on his body, sealed documents.
Important ones?
It turns out that they were. My curiosity got the better of me. Something told me that I needed to know what was in those letters. Marjolaine had been selling all kinds of information about Orlais to other countries, Nevara and Antiva among others. It was treason.
I don't like any of these options. Is this bad?
I considered it to be bad. My life as bard taught me that my loyalties should be kept fluid. My concern was not that she was a traitor, but that her life would be in danger if she was caught. Orlais has been at war with so many countries. It takes a harsh view of such things, as I later discovered.
What do you mean?
I should have left well alone, but I didn't. I had to tell Marjolaine I feared for her life. She brushed aside my concern. She admitted her guilt, but said it was in the past. That is why the documents had to be destroyed, she said. I believed her. I kept believing up till the moment they showed me the documents, altered by her hand, to make me look the traitor.
She betrayed you?
Yes, the Orlesian guards. They captured me. Did terrible things to make me confess and reveal my conspirators. It was a traitor's punishment I endured. And at the end of it, all that awaited me was eternity in an unmarked grave.
How'd you get out?
The skills Marjolaine taught me were good for something at least. I broke free when I saw the opportunity. I did not seek Marjolaine out. If she thought I was coming for her, she would have me caught again.
And so you came here.
I was tempted to confront her. I was furious, betrayed. But what could I do against her? And so I fled to Ferelden, to the Chantry and the Maker. Ferelden protected my person, and the Maker saved my soul. And that is the reason I am here. The real reason. No more lies between us, at least in this.
Thank you for trusting me.
It feels good to have this off my chest. Thank you for listening and understanding.
Codex updated. I guess we probably have to talk to her again, but obviously we'll do that next time around. Do I have anything in my inventory to get rid of? No, we need to sort that out as well. Okay, so next video we will get Leliana's quest on the go. We're also going to do Shales. We're going to do everyone's. Hopefully we need to get Sten's going. We need to get Zevran's going. We need to get Wynn's going. There's quite a few personal quests to do. And we're going to do Leliana's Song, which is like a separate DLC campaign. It's only about an hour long, apparently, so it's not going to take very long. It's going to take about an hour. And then we'll come back and do the final fight. I kind of want to get everything... It looks like a brain. We'll get everything ship-shape before that happens. Right. Sorry, this took ages. Hopefully you enjoyed Leliana's story, though. Thank you for joining me. Cheers much as always. Bye-bye.